Hello YouTube people, my name is Buddy, and first of all I want everybody to know that I am not a machinist. I'm actually a journeyman lineman, 25 years experience building power lines. And so if you want to watch somebody that really knows stuff about machine work, then you need to watch people like A-Bomb 79, Tom Lipton, Keith Fenner, Tubal Cain, those type of guys right there. Okay, I watch all their videos a lot, and they really know what they're doing, and I've learned a bunch off of them. So the reason why I made this video is I wanted to make a taper attachment for my lathe. And by the way, this is done on iPhone, so it's not going to be that good quality. My Grizzly lathe, I've had this for about 4 years now. It was actually passed down to me from the old man, passed away, and he always enjoyed doing woodworking and stuff, and he liked to be very precise, and it's kind of what he actually bought it for. I in turn have been using it to turn metal with and been having a lot of fun. Now the taper attachment for this lathe is about $450, and I don't have to do them that often, but I thought, well, if I want to do one, it'd be nice to be able to have it. But for 450 bucks, I thought, didn't want to. And I know by watching the other videos that you can offset the tailstock. And I spent about 2 hours one day trying to get this thing right where I wanted it. And I don't really want to move it unless I just absolutely have to. So what I came up with was, why not use a boring head? Now most of us around here have, if you've got a milling machine, which I've got, if you see it, I've got an old tree milling machine right there. And if you've got a milling machine, you've probably purchased one of these right here, one of these boring heads. This is a 3-inch. It comes with an R8 taper attachment to it. And I got to thinking, well, if I can find an MT3, which is what my lathe takes, then why not put that in there? As long as I can get it level, I can offset this right here, and then that way I should be able to cut a taper. And here is a piece that, this was just the first one that I cut. You can see this or not, but this is a 1-inch rod, and it goes from 1 inch down to a 1/2 inch, and it's about a 10-inch long taper. And actually it works pretty good. I've got some videos in, other ones that I'll have to put in there, so it'll kind of page back and forth. But what I basically did was I took this Live Center. This was one that I picked up just for a few dollars. It wasn't the best in the world as far as this piece right here that goes inside where the bearings are, which was this one. It was at around, I guess, probably about 5 or 6 thousandths. So I just took this ring apart, pulled that piece out, got me another piece of metal, and made one. And now I've got it to where it's dead nut on, as they say. So by putting that in there on my tailstock along with this, and you can get you just simple piece of, this is just a piece of cold roll steel right here that I made me a center with. This right here is hardened and ground. I made this piece right here. I didn't do the grinding on it. This piece was a shaft that I got, and just turn it in between centers, and this is what you come out with. On this right here, like I say, it came with the typical R8 on it, and for 30 bucks I was able to buy this shaft right here. And I'm going to give a little plug on eBay. There's a company where it's called Discount Machinery. They sell all kinds of things. A lot of their stuff is probably Schar's brands and other stuff. But I was able to order this right here, and that did have the tang on, as they call it, which I cut that off and faced that off, because that way on my tailstock, the way it sits when you put it in, it locks in there, it's at an angle. So I cut that off, removed that, and this was shipping and everything, and I got it like in 3 days, and it was 30 bucks for this shaft right here, and I thought that was a pretty good deal. And then I'll show you the clip of the video where I actually took this Live Center right here. It did have an MT3 shaft on it, and I turned it down to 3/4, cut it off to size, and if I can do this while holding this phone, and I probably can't, there we go, just simply slide it in there, take your Allen wrench, tighten it up, and there you have it. You put this right here in your tailstock. There's your live center. I do have several different pieces, ends that I can put in there, and you're ready to go. Okay, here you can see I've already got it in the tailstock, and I know my lathe is level because I spent a couple hours one day trying to get it leveled up. I actually have purchased the stand that is designed for this lathe, and to get it level I had some problems. I'll try to show you here. You can look down right there. I actually end up having to drill down in the floor and putting some anchor bolts, because as I tried to raise the front of the lathe or the back, whichever, it would actually raise the whole thing up, and that just was not working for me. So by bolting it down, that way I could hold it where I wanted to and be able to adjust it up and down. So I know my lathe is level. And then when I put this in here, I actually just lay my machinist level right across this right here to make sure that it's level. And that's about the best that I can do. Okay, so here's your setup. We're turning them in between centers, and then all you have to do is you just simply offset this. And then I have the video where I actually turned this, and I've got this offset 1/4 of an inch. So I wound up with 1/2 inch here and 1 inch there, and it worked great for me. As far as doing all the math and stuff like that, you'll have to watch Tom Lipton's stuff. He does a lot of the stuff with all the math. Anyway, I just did this to kind of make me a drift pin, just to see if I could do it. Help to some people. Like I say, working with any type of tools, it costs a lot. It's a lot of money. I would recommend that if you're going to turn tapers, if you've got a lot to do and you've got very close tolerances and stuff, spend the money, get the proper tool that you need. For me, I actually put this on my surface plate, my inspection plate, whatever you want to call it, put a flashlight down behind it, and could not see a crack in it or any light coming through. So it came out pretty good. If you need to do something like this full time or all the time, by all means, get the proper tool. Like I say, the proper tool to do it. Learn your math, this type of thing, to get everything. I did this just to see if I could do it. I'm one of these people that I'm always like, well, what if and why not? What if we tried this, and why not just go ahead and try it and see what you can come up with? I hope it's helped somebody. Like I say, that one part cost me $30, and I would say that most everybody out there that does any kind of machine work probably already has one of these. You've probably got an old life center somewhere that you can go ahead, if it's not set up for the 3/4, which is what mine is, you can go ahead and chuck it up. And by the way, I did put this right here. I checked everything out real good, and I put it in a 4-jaw. This is for A-Bomb 79. I did put it in a 4-jaw independent chuck, and unlike him that takes about 30 seconds to line one up, it took me probably about 15 minutes, but I did get it lined up before I turned it so everything would run true. So hope everybody has a good day, and if I can come up with anything else to put on here, I will. And sorry for the bad video thing, because this is done on a phone. Have a good day.